What's up, everyone? My name is Mark. And those two over there, that's Daryl and Mike, two of my like-minded friends who I roped into having bi-weekly conversations about all things related to cannabis. We're simply three dads, husbands, and full-time desktop athletes striving to figure out how recreational cannabis plugs into our modern-day world. Why do vape pens look like USB drive? Should I smoke it or eat it? What would my kids think? We're problem-solving our way through this type of mentality on a daily basis, and we decided to capture it in audio for those of you pondering the same thing. But be warned, we speculate a ton and get stuck in God's fridge quite a bit. You can blame that on the munchies. So if you're comfy with that, come on in, pull up a chair and kick back, and welcome to the Puff Provisions Podcast.
Let's go to my right at Puff Provisions. Mike, say what's up, guy in the orange baseball cap. Or is that a red one?
This is Nike Golf.
No, it's orange.
Oh, it's orange.
Nike
Okay, that's
Golf.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Say what's up, man.
What's up? If you're looking for this hat, is at the Nike outlet.
Not
It was
Puff
like
Provisions.
$9.
Not puffprovisions.com/shop. It's somewhere else. And to my left at Puff Provisions, Dave. Excuse me, at
Jeez.
Puff Provisions, Daryl. Say what's
Oh.
up at Puff Provisions, Daryl.
Joe, we have to talk, my friend. I've given you a good vote. At least get my name right.
Did you hear that, Mr. Biden, former vice president of these United States, and potentially at the time of this recording, potentially you could get your road to 270 because this is episode 34, the day after the election. So I can only imagine, you know what, I'm going to go past everything and just get right down to it because it's been super important and we've been talking to each other back and forth. But before we do, am I speaking to sober gentlemen or high gentlemen? Or
Elevated.
elevated? And you, sir, to the baseball cap, to golf. There you go. Oh, it is golf. Nike golf, you're right.
They don't call us Puff Daddies for nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
Puff Daddies for nothing. So
Fuck that. Hashtag
And-
Puff Daddies.
And we're lucky I didn't fall asleep for tonight's call, excuse me,
Oh
because
my
I am
God.
lit, gentlemen. I am lit. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and get right into it because I got to ask you guys right out the gate. How many times have you refreshed the map?
Like the past half hour or like the day.
How about the past 12 hours?
A lot.
What about you, Mike?
I would say 40, 50 times. Probably.
Oh, wow. And I have,
But that's hold on.
okay.
That's while also having like the news on. So I'll
Yeah.
That's
it'll
even
be
better.
on there. It'll be on there. But I'll go to Google results and I'll just check to make sure. Just checking my sources. I got multiple sources.
Speaking of multiple sources, have you seen how every website is like saying different numbers? Like they're not all saying the same exact number.
However, I think it's however like their guy is, right? Whatever they see is what they go with, and that's why there's all these different numbers. Like the Associated Press has it, Fox has one, CNN has one, ABC has one.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like, where are they getting their numbers from? That's the thing that's kind of bothering me because who's doing these ballots, right? Who's counting them one by one? It's like you're getting like 3 or 4 different opinions when it's not coming from like a central source, you know?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, okay.
Well, the Google one pulls it from the Associated Press. So
And I guess, should I still trust the Associated Press? That's the thing.
exactly.
Well, what I think is I think they all get the same numbers, like
Uh-huh.
all the different entities. They get the same like raw numbers, right? Like
Okay.
we have this many, we have this many in, and this is how many votes within that many. So I think they give that raw data to these, I would say, statisticians maybe,
hmm
and then they put it into whatever programmer they have or formula, and then it pops out who they think it's going to be for. and then once it reaches that tipping point from one person, that's when they call it.
Right.
Because it's
So
mathematically no way.
here's the crazy part. As at the time of this recording, it's the day after 10:45 p.m. Pacific, and the Google map you guys referenced me, it's saying 264 to 214 Joe Biden. I go to foxnews.com, they're not even putting the numbers up, right?
Wait,
Like I'm on
Fox
their
News?
homepage. Yeah, I'm on foxnews.com and I'm seeing stark contrast. Oh, there it is, 264, 214, but it's way at the bottom. They don't put it front and center like all the other websites are doing.
Yeah.
You know how all the other websites are putting it like right there?
Right in
Yeah,
front of you.
way at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
So I stand corrected. I'm wrong. It's the same numbers. It's where they placed it. That's the different question. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Is that Nebraska? It's like a red and blue stripe, according to Fox. That's funny. Okay. At any rate, to keep moving forward, not to just keep trolling this issue and things of that nature. Good to know that you guys have been paying attention. I haven't. Oh, what is that? What is that snack before we move on?
Those are like M&Ms.
I cannot see.
Yeah, you gotta trick the camera.
There it
Fudge
is.
fudge brownie M&Ms. What?
I know, right? Mike, are you
Oh,
speaking? Don't tell me his microphone went off again.
oh, is your mic dead?
Oh, muted. I didn't want to
Oh,
hear.
there
I
you
didn't want you
go,
guys
there
to
you
hear the
go.
bag.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you guys to hear the
Well,
bag.
thank you for the courtesy. You see, folks, I want the listeners out there to forgive us because
Kind.
we
Too
do
kind.
unintentionally do ASMR or bag peel outs like you heard there because he's about to get headfirst into those M&Ms and oh my God,
Yeah.
you sound obnoxious, but I'm jealous. I am jealous. Oh man. Okay. So I've been using you two as my credible resources because I refuse to go online and get stressed out. So you guys are stressing me out for me, play by play, through text message. So thank you about that. I want to play a little game of Miss Cleo. So right now, I want you to just channel that Miss Cleo, the cards never lie kind of mentality. It's fortune telling time. And I was inspired to do so because if people listen in to 1 or 2 episodes ago, Daryl, you called it that the Lakers were going to win the title this year, and we recorded that in September. So I want to go ahead and see if you can predict the future yet again with such high accuracy like you did last time. So I'm going to ask this question to you first. Let's say Biden takes 270. Predict a future for me.
Then we'll be expecting Kamala for president in the late quarter of 2021.
Huh?
I mean,
Sir, are you calling the former vice president of the United States old?
Are you saying vice presidents need to have like a physical exam before taking the presidency? Do they do that, by the way?
I don't
Wouldn't you
even
have
know.
to be wouldn't you have to be of sound mind and body to take that job title? I mean, you hold the
Yeah,
keys to
but
every button, but
I mean,
I don't want
did
someone
they,
insane.
did
They
your
know what they're
workplace make
doing.
you get a physical?
No.
It'd be funny though.
Right.
Yeah, it was like, oh, we loved you. Your interview was great. You know, we liked everything you had to offer. There's just one last thing before we could really hire you. And that's a physical right here.
And you know the thing is too, you probably like because you're like, man, depending on let's say it's a Democratic doctor, so it's a blue doctor instead of a red doctor. He's gonna be like, man, I hope honestly you at least fail your urine test because I need to know that there's signs of life. I need to know you took a steroid to stay alive or something. You know, because he was definitely, yeah, I could see why people are joking about it, quite frankly, because the age part is such an issue.
And he spoke last night, like around the same time Trump first went on, and he was just pretty much saying the opposite of what Trump was saying.
Which is expected.
But when he came out there, he looked like he had difficulty taking his mask off. Like Kamala
It's cold out there.
like Kamala should have done
Delaware.
like Kamala should have just done it for him, you know, like
yeah.
Here, let me help you.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mike. Same to you. Let's say Biden takes 270. Predict the future for me.
So immediate future, if we're gonna get really specific.
Yeah, let's just go immediate because yeah.
Like right now, like like literally 270 hits, what's gonna happen?
In the next few years, whatever happens. Immediate future. Or Daryl's prediction of 2021. That's messed up, by the way. He knows your face now.
I think he'll end up fulfilling his term. They get the best drugs, so they get the best organs. Oh, let's switch that stuff around.
Best organs.
Get you a new heart, buddy.
The best organs. Oh my god, it's true. They get the best organs and the fresh blood. We get the sloppy seconds.
Yeah. Imagine if they do get like new blood like every 30 days.
Exactly.
Keeps them young and full of vigor.
His skin is.
That's crazy. You know how long that would take every day? Like I don't know, like at least like 6 hours to drain all your blood and exchange it with new blood, and then you only have like another like 8 hours left in the day.
I could see them just trying to keep his skin together with lacquer just to make sure it stays tight. Because it's like totally like decaying right then and there. Like it looks shiny and tight. Yep. Shiny, tight, but dry at the same time. Okay, so wait, did you answer this question?
No, I did not.
You need to answer. Let's say Biden takes 270. Predict the future for me.
Yeah, so I think I started off with, I think he'll last his term, but there is a lot more division, and it's more evident as we get in, and I'm not sure what could be done to unify the U.S.
I've noticed that too, and I was even like thinking about that just a few hours ago. Like you could see, regardless of who has the 49 and the 51, or it's 50-50, whatever you want to look at it as, when you look at every popular vote, you're like, man, that's not too far from each other. Like 68 million versus 70 million. Yeah, it's that is by 2, but that's not a big 2. No,
and it's broken up between like everywhere.
And that's the thing that concerns me, because it's not just this time. 2016, it was the same way. But right now, it's even worse. If you look at it, you remember Trump and Hillary were pretty much popular vote versus the popular vote. Yeah, Hillary won it, but she didn't win it by a landslide, to be honest. And in this case, it's not going to happen in that same way, too. But okay, so I'm going to maybe depress you even further. Back to provisions, Daryl. Excuse me. Let's say Trump takes 270. Predict the future for me.
There'll be a decrease in population for the country because people are going to be leaving the country.
U.S. exodus. I can see that. I can see expat kind of lifestyle.
I think Canada is going to earn some citizens.
I don't think Canada wants any of us right now. They're going to be just
we can't go. I think there's a ban on us, right?
Why? Why would they?
Because of COVID?
Because they don't want us going up there because of COVID.
Oh,
that's their one excuse. That's their one excuse.
Exactly. That's just like, no, you ain't doing that for me.
That's their one excuse.
So is that your answer? Complete and in full?
Yeah.
All right. To you, Mr. Puff Provisions Mike. Let's say Trump takes 270. Predict the future for me.
Again, more division. I mean, it's going to be even crazier. It's just going to snowball and snowball and snowball. And the conspiracies and QAnon stuff, it's just going to get out of hand. I think to combat that, they're going to have to do it on the left side too, where it gets all crazy and
So essentially finger pointing back and forth over and over.
So here's a follow-up question.
All because of Facebook.
I know. I'm not on Facebook, by the way. Yeah. Go ahead.
So a follow-up question to that is, what would you rather him be elected for a second term now, or lose and then at the next election run for president and go through all of this again?
Lose. I'd rather have him lose now.
Yeah.
And take the chance that Biden and the rest of the U.S. can come together
Could
you
you
know?
imagine how stressful that would be every election? Like
Oh, dude.
if he loses it and he's like, I'll run next election, and then everyone's like, oh, ramping up for it, and he does it right and goes, nah, I changed my mind. I'll do it the following election, another four
Well,
Is
years.
that
dude,
possible? That's possible, right?
he could run.
That's
Yeah,
a legal
so,
play,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he could run as much as he wants because
but
he still has a term left.
So as long as there's an opportunity to get one more term left, you can run whenever you want, if it's an election window.
I
That's what you're
think so.
saying?
I don't think. I mean, of
Mm.
course, it's never. I don't think it's been done in the history of the. But I think it's possible. He can live longer. He's got access to the strongest stuff.
Aren't they the same age? How fast did he recover
he's
from
like
COVID?
2, 3 years older.
Yeah, man. You remember
Who's 2 years
he
older?
caught he caught
Biden.
COVID.
Oh,
He
yeah, he
he
caught
caught
COVID.
he caught COVID and caught it like a minor inconvenience and was just like shrugged it off. And then he comes back and he goes, I'm fine. Like it's COVID's like no big deal. I don't know what everyone's dying about.
Oh man, what a slap in the face. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, you could tell people that we don't really side with red opinion, but it's not necessarily to say that we're all in with blue either. There's a lot of concerns out there from everybody, and we're very much paying attention to this. I don't know how obsessively, but it's better than any Netflix show right now. Am I right, boys?
Yep, it's the season finale of something.
Dude,
I
I
think
couldn't
it's
stop watching it. Couldn't stop
this
watching.
is like a better season finale than Game of Thrones. You can definitely already say that. This is the last war, metaphorically. I hope there is no war, so stop with all that stuff saying there's going to be a civil war. Just
But
stop
then
with that noise.
But then the twist is that he's gonna sue the country for the laws they've followed for hundreds of years.
And they're probably going to investigate him even further in his tax evasion and other things that
Man,
are not properly disclosed.
that's
So
that's
that's
like
not on us. That's on him.
that's like what's it called? It's like another show. It's like a spin-off. It's a spin-off the first season.
Okay, I got a wild card one for you, and I'm going to go back to you, D. Let's say Kanye wins 2024. Predict the future for me. Mike's face is like, hell no. And we'll get to you in a second, Mr. Mike. Don't you worry. Predict the future for me, Daryl.
I feel like when that happens, it's like we've set a new low. It's just okay. Well, at least we know we know the requirements to become president at this point.
And you, Mr. Mike, at Puff Revisions Mike.
We'd be longing for the days of Donnie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was thinking too.
Bring him
So-
back.
So
Bring it
then
back.
I would
Make America great again.
bring him back. So
We'd all
that's the question, right? So irrespective of if one claims this party or that party, what if in one major election it is a choice between Kanye West or Donald Trump? Who are you voting for? And why? Honestly.
I feel like I would have to go with Donald just because he has more experience.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's a very, very pragmatic answer from at Puff Provisions, Daryl. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, we know what we get with Donnie. Like Kanye, I don't think the upside's that high. Like,
Yeah.
how would he lead a nation?
He's just gonna shoot a music video in the Oval Office. That's all he wants to do.
And which
Well,
Kanye are we gonna get? Like, it could
The
be a
one that's
different
starting
Kanye
his religion.
every day.
It's the one that, the religious Kanye. That's probably what you're getting because that's what's getting him the most followers right now. So it's probably going to be his version of Christianity.
But I think even after that, he had like a rant, like a crazy rant.
Oh, he'll always have a crazy rant. We all know this. The man speaks from where he speaks, and he comes from Hollywood, and he comes from, getting into mainstream hip hop from his background as a producer, so he's all over the place. He's in every fabric, every network. So the guy's definitely standing on his soapbox,
Remember,
right?
remember when I liked him when he was first starting out.
Oh yeah, he was.
Remember his whole backstory was he got shot, right? He got shot like in the
Wasn't it a
jaw,
car
right?
accident? It was a
Or
car
he got
accident.
no,
I thought it was a
you know,
car
who got
accident.
shot.
Yeah,
I'm
Car
thinking
accident.
50 Cent.
He
50
was
Cent
through the
got shot.
wire.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
through
So
the wire is his
yeah,
injury and stuff. Okay.
through the wire. That through the wire. That was the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I remember that one.
the song that caught me.
And you thought everything was gonna be like good for that, and then he changed into this. But that's what happens. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, Mr. West. I'm just saying you're different from what we remember growing up. That's what it is. Okay, so outside of this, propositions or anything else you guys passionately cared about or got confused about, or was like, what the hell is this? Or like, this is worded incorrectly, or this is confusing. This is stupid.
Are you talking about the actual ballot, like that
Yeah,
we voted on?
anything. Oh no, you don't have to tell me what you voted on, but
No,
what you
no,
found
but
like,
on like what?
Yeah.
But like
yeah, like proposition this, and this. Like, which one was
Just-
like, oh shoot, this one I have an opinion
Yeah,
on.
the
This one I
wording,
don't
the
care.
wording was very unclear.
All of them were unclear
It was like,
because it made me want to vote yes and no.
yeah,
I got
they
swayed.
said it in a way like vote yes to decline the approval. Like they like negative positive connotation, so it confuses you. It's like, so
yeah,
if I
it's like say yes, but you're really saying no.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what
exactly.
the one for Lyft and Uber, like that one confused the shit
Yeah.
out of me for like a good hour. I was reading both sides and I was like, without getting more additional context from commercials or ads or anything or junk mail from the mailbox, it's like, what could I really get out of these two paragraphs? And I'm like, it's just this one's wrong, this one's wrong, this one's wrong, this one's wrong. I'm right. Nothing kind of thing. And you're just like, okay. Unless it has something to do with like, well, they all have something to do with money. It's all about taxing, just in which direction. So,
Yep.
yeah. So like, I was like, okay. I got kind of tired of it because I was like, nobody wants to be taxed. Companies don't want to be taxed. People don't want to be taxed. So, but there's no other way to fund a country unless we start giving out hugs and kisses,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I have no idea like why people like first of all frown upon it, but I do get what they're saying in terms of like where are you taxing from kind of mentality. So I'm not here to like challenge like, oh, we should tax rich people this or that, because I'm not qualified to say so, but I am qualified to say is that if all the money's over there and there's not that much money over here, why do you still keep coming back over here, right? That's an okay way to like interpret it.
Yeah.
So now, next one is this. What about cannabis legalization in Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, New Jersey, and South Dakota? You're the ones that informed me that this stuff took place and that they were legal in whatever form they are. I don't have the time to Google like adult use or medicinal use only. But
I think all of those, except for like one, was
recreational.
Adult recreational.
Adult
Yeah.
use 21 and up. Okay.
Yeah.
So how about one? So one's medical only, which is cool too. It's one step in the right direction.
Yes.
But let's just play a role playing game right now. That COVID is gone. What state are we going to visit first? Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, New Jersey, and South Dakota.
Let's go to Illinois.
No, Illinois is already legal. I'm talking about like the ones that just got legalized today. Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, New Jersey, or
I
Dakota.
would say Arizona.
Why?
Yeah, it just looks lovely at night. I don't know what to tell you, man. You can see the stars.
You are high.
It would be a trip. No, could you imagine? I went last year before the COVIDs.
Wedding. You had a wedding, right?
Oh, that's right.
Wedding. It was quite pleasant. Yeah, it would have been better if I was high.
Okay, that's good to know. So you're not even trying to be cliche and talk Grand Canyon. You're just trying to say in general.
In general, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Mike? Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, New Jersey, or South Dakota?
So I'm going to tie this in with politics a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I think Nebraska, South Dakota, and Montana. Those are the ones that legalized. Those three.
Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, New Jersey, and South Dakota.
Oh, New
Oh.
Jersey. Okay, so
New-
South Dakota and New Jersey.
Montana,
no.
Mississippi, Arizona.
South Dakota. Yeah. So
We need to have a geography
Oh,
lesson. This is embarrassing right now.
no. Let me just tell you what I did. I had an edible, and
Oh,
then
geez.
also I was like, this edible's not kicking in.
Oh no,
And
you
then
you activated
You know
it.
better. You know
yeah,
better.
I activated it.
Unless you're looking for
Took a
trouble.
puff. I said, this, I'm not feeling this.
No,
Took
no.
a puff. I gotta get on the podcast. Took a puff, and then now it's like converging. So,
Well,
some of the states that you mentioned
Mhm.
with regards to politics is in the electoral vote. They only have like 3 or like 5 electoral votes or something like that. Whereas like California has 55 because
55.
we live, and
Yep.
then Arizona has like 16. So like I'm probably gonna want to go to Arizona. You know, might be
You're
a little
going.
bit,
You're
little bit
safer.
more to do there. Just a little bit
Oh, a little
more to
more.
do there. Yeah,
That's a
unless
safer
I
play to
want to
make.
go
Yeah.
hunting, which
Yep.
maybe I would maybe we do want to go hunting, but I wouldn't want to go hunting high. That'd
Hmm.
be bad.
So
That'd be
no one
bad.
wanted Mississippi. No one wanted
No.
Montana, New
No.
Jersey, or South Dakota. Interesting.
Because the electoral vote says it all.
Okay, I didn't even think about that, which is going to lead me into my next question without Googling it. How many electoral votes does Alaska have, Daryl?
6.
Mike?
5.
The right answer is 3.
Polar bears
Can
don't count.
But can you believe it? Like Alaska is as big as Texas, or bigger than Texas, if you like
How
put them
how
side
many
by
does
side, right?
how many does Texas have?
Quite a bit.
29, 30?
They have 38.
38.
Oh.
Yep, 38. Okay.
New York, right?
Yep. So at Puff Provisions, Mike, how without Googling it, how many electoral votes does Rhode Island have?
Ki-
What? You have something to say, Daryl?
Something just came to mind. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
4.
Daryl?
Then we're going to Daryl.
Wait, which one?
Rhode Island.
Without Googling it, how many electoral votes does Rhode Island have?
3.
Oh.
And the correct answer is 4. Mike wins on the spot. Boom.
Dang.
What are you laughing at, though?
Can you imagine if we just why I know electoral votes are based off the population of the state, right? That's how they get their
That's
number.
part of the mechanism. Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, just as a conspiracy theorist as I am, what if it's just to create this illusion of a game, like to create excitement because there's a value. What if we remove that and we just made each state 1? You win that state, you get 1 electoral vote.
Oh, then
Oh,
Trump would win.
Trump
Like,
would
the
win.
Republicans, hands down, right?
Hands down, Trump would win. So that would make every
He has,
Republican
like,
listening
this whole,
happy.
like,
Yeah, he's got Idaho, Utah, Wyoming,
Hence
Montana.
my point. They put they give different values.
Yeah,
They
like the
give
whole
California
middle
like
is
50, they gave 55 to California.
or the best.
it's like an Oreo cookie, and depending on how you look at it.
Dude, I'm
It's
saying
just-
we need to get West USA. West USA. Just get California, a couple of our buddies up north, and maybe a couple of buddies to our east.
I definitely want to take Nevada with me. I want Las Vegas to be ours. That's
Yeah.
our cash cow.
Yeah.
Arizona too.
Let's take
Arizona
Arizona.
too.
I'll take Arizona. I love that
Arizona
land.
too.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's the West Front. That's just
That's it
that's
right
just
there.
the West
Frontier.
side, right? Hey, you want to have a good
Split
time?
off.
Go to,
West Cali
if you want to have a good time, just go west.
or West
Okay.
USA. West USA.
Hey guys, this is Mark. Just a few more things before we continue. Number 1, this is Puff Provisions Weekly. Would you like to get a short email from us every Thursday providing you with insight on the latest cannabis-related news, resources, and exclusives? It's a very short email where we share the latest things we found on all things cannabis. It could include reports on new strains, state-by-state law updates, recreational products, or discounts to retailers in the ever-changing world of cannabis. So if you want to receive that, visit puffprovisions.com and enter your email today. Second, we've opened up shop and are stocking our online catalog for products that we feel are suited for the modern-day cannabis user. It could be smoking accessories, rollers, smoking jackets, or whatever we found to intersect well with our 21st century lifestyle. In our case, that's the dart, a compact and discreet piece, excellent for smoking anytime you want a quick hit. It saves you time and money by helping to conserve your herb, removing the need to roll joints or blunts, and easy to clean with the built-in ash release mechanism. I have one, Mike has one, Daryl has one, and as cannabis dads fitting in a moment to just chill in this fast-paced world, we can get that one-hitter quitter we need without ever really switching gears. For more details on that, visit puffprovisions.com/shop. Thanks and aloha.
All right. At Puff Provisions, Daryl, name 2 swing states without Googling it.
Ohio and Wisconsin.
Very good. Don't take his answers, Mr. At Puff Provisions, Mike.
Yeah.
You cannot say Ohio or, what'd you say? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Can't say those.
Okay,
What's considered a swing state?
Pennsylvania, and did you say Michigan?
No, I did not.
It's a Michigan.
Yeah.
All right, man, you guys are actually spot on. Okay, that's pretty good.
It's only because they were talking about it the whole night
Like the
last
whole
night.
time.
So this question
It's like, let's check on Ohio. Let's check on Pennsylvania. Let's check on Michigan. Let's check on Wisconsin. You know, these swing states.
Do you think, honestly, though, like, how, let's get a little subjective here. Anything can happen, right? I'm not settled at all on any of this.
No.
Like, it is getting closer to midnight here, Pacific time. It's basically over a day later now.
When I was watching this afternoon, they were saying, like, how would it, what's the road to 270 like for Biden? And they say, well, he just has to get this state and he's got it. And then they go to Trump. Well, because he's behind, he's going to need this state, this state, this state. Then they're going to need to wish this state changed its color.
Yeah.
Like, it was like his road to 270 was all potholes.
Do you see it in any good in this? Any light in what's happening right now? Be honest. Get it off your chest. Do you?
It's an eye opener, right? Just shows you the flaws of the system.
Just the system, or people as well?
Oh no, there's definitely a division in America. Like,
yeah,
for sure.
So it goes back to the original question, though, Mike. Do you see any good inside of this fiasco?
Any good? That we are resilient enough to get through a horrible 4 years. Like, okay, yeah, we did it. We got to another election.
It went by quick though.
It
right?
did. Remember when 2016 happened and everyone was just in sticker shock, like, wow, that really happened.
There are people like I remember seeing a shot when they showed when Trump won, and they showed a shot of the crowd, and there's just like a lady just like bawling. And it was like, it was pretty powerful because it was like she was like as if like the Pope died, kind of crying, like that, right?
Like she saw her dreamy rock star.
Like she was freaking out, yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait, she was so happy or so sad?
No, she was just sad or terrified. Like you can see fear in her face.
That Trump was elected, right?
I take that back. My bad.
It was president. Yeah.
You could tell too, like when Hillary lost and like they go to her, like when she goes to concede and stuff like that, everyone in the crowd is just like, they look like they got shot in the heart.
Yeah, and that's the thing with her too, right? After she lost, she like ghosted the country, like never heard from her again.
Yeah, she only showed
I think
up.
we're just seeing we're just seeing her now again. Like she just popped up, like with Bill because they voted or something like that.
Yeah, that's strategically correct, you know?
Yeah.
It's just that was the worst thing that could have happened. I know Republicans will be like, that was the greatest thing that could have happened, but I look at it from a different perspective in terms of it shouldn't have been her there in the first place to compete against Trump. It should have been Bernie Sanders. That to me, and we can save that for a different time and a different place because it's not about Bernie. He's not in this contest, but they really screwed him over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it would have been more interesting in 2016 to see, oh, Bernie Sanders against Donald Trump. Let's see what this has got. Donald Trump against Bernie Sanders. I would have definitely been open to like seeing those debates happen, truthfully. So, no ifs, but so okay, we keep moving forward. All right. How many electoral votes does Hawaii, my home state, offer without Googling it? Daryl first.
Daryl.
I'll say 3.
You are a disrespectful person.
Like one for each volcano. I don't know. Just
Wow.
Three.
Wow. Go ahead, Mike. What's your guess?
I want to go even lower. Well, I mean, Alaska, but just Alaska's so big. I feel like
That's
it
why
could fit more people.
See?
Island.
I
So
don't
maybe
know.
2.
2.
Joe, 3. I'll go 2.
Okay, so 3 from Puff Revisions Daryl, 2 from Puff Revisions
I
Mike.
don't even think it goes that low, but
Mike's like Mike's like $1, Bob.
Mike's like, I think Puerto Rico gets more. No, you both suck. It's 4 votes. Thank you.
4
wow.
votes.
4, and Alaska gets 3. Right?
What was the other state? I guess 4.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Rhode Island gets 4.
Wow.
Connecticut. Yeah.
Okay, question. I'll bring one
Go
up. Who has the least electoral votes?
It should be Hawaii. Oh no, it should be Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah, it's got to be Alaska.
Alaska.
This I know. Yeah, it's got to be Alaska. Unless it's DC. Doesn't DC? Doesn't. I don't know. This one.
Okay, Vermont has 3.
Oh, so you're already looking it up.
So does DC.
Okay, so it's 3 is the lowest number.
Delaware.
Jeez.
Delaware.
I mean, those are tiny states.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
There's like as big as a county.
Yeah, I think those are. I think there's like 4 states with 3 electoral votes.
Dude, it's good to know. It's good to know. Okay, geez.
That's where Biden lives in Delaware.
Yeah, he's there now. He's there right now. Imagine saying you're from Delaware.
Where are you from, bro?
Wayne's World. Hi.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Delaware.
from Delaware. Yeah.
No, it's just like
Delaware.
I was
Delaware.
I it's like I lived in the Philippines till I was like 4. Then I flew to Delaware.
Imagine if that was your life story. Is that
From Manila to Delaware.
What would you be? What do you think your outcome would have been? What's the bread and butter of Delaware? What do you do for a living? Like obviously, like you live in the Bay Area.
Be a farmer. You'd be a cranberry farmer.
Cranberry. You're in the water with like
the water trousers.
Overalls, like the trousers, like the water.
Yeah, the water
like the
trousers. But every now and then the little water gets in, but that's okay because it's a hot day.
That thing, like wait, no.
I was thinking they do that. In the morning, and by afternoon they go pick plums. That's what they do. Sorry, people of Delaware. We don't know anything, obviously, so maybe we should be educated on that.
They go to Illinois in the fall.
I want to wiki it now.
I need to know what their bread and butter is. Find out for me. Okay, so at any rate, you guys are doing actually pretty well with election factoids and opinions and stuff like that. They're all expected, healthy, concerned, partially divided types of opinions. So that's good. honestly, because that is a great reflection of what I'm about to say next. If you guys look at the electoral map right now, it still doesn't change the number to 270 to anyone, so don't trip. If you look,
No.
blue, this one, red, this one, so on and so forth. I can't help but saying this. It does kind of look like the Civil War lines from the 1800s, because you've got the progressive states like New York
On the
on the
outskirts.
top, yeah, and then you got the Carolinas downward that are red, and it's kind of like, yeah, those are slave states and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you can't ignore these events in U.S. history. It's widely documented.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the part that bothers me, because now when you modernize the Civil War to 2020, look at how it looks again. You guys were just saying it earlier, like if Daryl was saying maybe we should score every electoral vote as one for 50, a total of 50, right? Look at that. Look at that middle. The South would win. The South will rise again kind of mentality, right? And I don't mean
We'll rise again.
And I don't mean to say that as no conspiracy theorist. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm looking at a computer and I just Googled, I'm on google.com. You guys could challenge that anytime you want. And I'm not on Fox News. I'm not on CNN. I'm not on NBC. I'm not on any of that. I'm at a Google page and it's showing me that those kinds of colors. So, you know, you tell me. And Google's supposed to be, you know, a more of a progressive kind of company, right? Like they more blue. They lean towards more blue. So
Yeah.
you know, so regardless of who's closer to 270, at this point it says 264 Joe Biden, 214 Donald Trump. When you look at everything from Daryl's perspective at one vote apiece, very much looks different. I'm telling you. But does size matter? Because Alaska only has 3.
Oh yeah, no. So no, population for sure. I mean,
Yeah, all right.
Bears can
taxes.
vote too.
Bears can vote too.
So another
man, so many people in Cali. Don't we like? I forgot. I think I've seen a number where we like fund like just
Our
from
state
what we
funds?
provide, what we provide, like
Mhm.
to the rest of the U.S. is like we could fund like half of America or something like that.
I've
By
heard
what we produce.
We could probably fund a few countries ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a few statements consistently over the years that California is like the 5th largest economy in the
That's
world.
what it is. In the world, right?
largest
Just
economy.
California. That's
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
Just California.
wow, I'm like, are you this has merit. If you're telling me we can stand alone in this world, like based on what? But you know, it's like all of the Silicon Valley tech companies and stuff. That's where like a majority of the cash is at.
Yep.
Well, agriculture too, so that's a bit different. But yeah. Okay, so let me ask you something.
Avocados.
Do you think voters that voted for Kanye West and potentially what would have been President Jo Jorgensen from the Libertarian Party, what do you think of those 1.6 million votes? A waste or significant? So right now, at the time of this recording, I'm looking at the data saying Joe Biden has a total of 72 million
Could it
votes.
affect could it
Yeah.
affect the
Donald Trump has 68
maybe.
million votes, plus or minus. And I say that to Joe Biden as well, 72 million plus or minus. But these 1.6 from Jo Jorgensen, does that have an impact?
Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of sucks though, because like a lot of the people think, oh, you wasted your vote by voting for them. But what about the group of people that actually thought that she could make a difference? Kind of discredits their vote a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like they really believed in her. They're like, yeah, she
Get
can
out
make a
there and
difference,
vote.
yeah. And then oh, we got
Do that.
Kanye. Like I don't know, when they probably found out when Kanye was a running mate, where they're like, oh shit.
Do you
Or
think
like,
she picked the running mate though? Like I
no.
picked.
Can you
like,
imagine? Can you imagine that sitcom? Kanye and Jo.
No, right?
They
I
use
think
them
it's
as
like,
marketing.
Sounds
You
like
know
a
us now. You know who
do
we
you
are.
think behind the scenes to create that running lane, they were put together through like matchmakers or something? Like, who's gonna go with Kanye, and who's gonna be the president? Who's gonna be the vice president? Do you think they did a matchmaking kind of thing behind the
Probably,
scenes for Jo
probably,
Jorgensen?
probably they were just like, all right, who has the most patience? like like you're gonna need to teach this guy to be like an American, like a civil, like
It's like,
politician. Yeah.
Joe, what are you doing this November? Are you
Yeah.
busy?
Yeah.
Let's do something. Okay.
Yeah.
So it discredits them. So I guess likewise, you could say that opinion cascades down to the next person, Howie Hawkins, who got 328,000 votes. Would you say the exact same thing or similar?
I just like to say that his profile pic just makes him look so approachable. Just so happy. you know, he's with the Green Party. Howie from the Green Party. Can I
Hey,
have your book?
Howie's the Green Party, right?
Dear
Howdy,
Howie
I'm
Hawkins,
Howie.
if you ever stumble onto our podcast,
I mean,
please come on.
this is like a tongue twister, man. It's like
Howie
how,
Hawkins, President Howie
Howie
Hawkins.
Hawkins. Howie
President,
Hawkins.
which
He
one
has to
would have been
say
easier, Howie Hawkins or President Jo Jorgensen?
Jo Jorgensen just sounds threatening. It's like part Viking,
Well, then it keeps making Jo Jorgensen,
Jorgensen.
So President Jorgensen. So is it Joe Jorgensen or is it Yo Jorgensen?
But you get someone who rings your doorbell. You get someone who rings your doorbell and on a Saturday afternoon. And it's Howie Hawkins. Care to learn about the good news today? It's that no.
Wonderful weather we're having.
Yeah, wonderful weather we're having.
So Howie Hawkins, you could Google it obviously, but you're not going to. I don't know who his vice president running mate was going to be, but if you had to attach a celebrity to compete against the Libertarian Party with Yo Jorgensen and Kanye West, who would you attach to Howie Hawkins?
He would need some major help. So I would say the Rock. I would say the Rock. He's gonna need all the
That
help.
wouldn't be fair at all.
I know, like The Rock's 200 million Instagram followers.
Could you imagine that intro?
Eclipses that 328,000 vote count.
Can you imagine that victory, that victory intro where they're like, if they do win, like Rock would be carrying him over his shoulder.
I could hear The Rock's music just going dun 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 dun. Yep, I could hear that. Just like he would definitely, if the Howie Hawkins and The Rock ever teamed up together, I know for sure they'd get.
It's just you need to balance it out, right? And right now what you have is Howie's just really low. Like you need to offset that low by something really high.
Yeah.
Do
you remember when there was a commercial and it was a joke? I don't know if it was a Super Bowl commercial or whatnot, but Oprah and Rock were running mates, but it was to promote running or Weight Watchers or something like that.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, so just either way, it was a tease saying they timed it before 2020 to make it look like they were gonna run.
Right. Yeah.
Like her as president, him as vice president, or whatever it was supposed to be. At any rate, as much as I like the two, I don't think neither would be qualified either. Not for global politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Rock,
I don't know.
Maybe not, but I think Oprah would.
Do you think for global politics? I know she's big time and highly respected in America. And if it came to just, that, taking care of just that.
Can you imagine
fine, but
if
you're a global leader.
If Oprah was the president, can you imagine? And she ran it like her show. Just like random, just a random guy somewhere in Montana. You won a car. It's like that's awesome.
Dude takes over the lottery.
Yeah, man.
Just Oprah calling.
The only thing is as part of the tax, you have to join her book club.
That's where the real money gets made because she has a subscription pattern to it. So you're constantly paying.
And then when she finishes her terms and she leaves all those book club memberships. You know what? I'm just gonna buy I'm just gonna buy a third term because I can afford it.
It's
You
gonna be like
know?
that. It's gonna be like that Chappelle skit where he's like
Yeah.
the husband bathing
Yeah.
in her
Yeah. When
money.
he gets Oprah pregnant, yeah. He
Yeah,
locks her.
he's like that. I could totally like see that happening. Like, okay, in the White House. Sorry, it's so funny, it's so good. That was good old Chappelle days. Okay, but Chappelle will be at a different time. So one more before we start wrapping it up. In terms of this, it's at 2:64 to 2:14 at 11:30 Pacific time tonight, November 4, one day after polls closed. Polls closed at 8 o'clock last night, or the night before, whatever the hell. Okay. Prediction: when you wake up in the morning, Thursday, November 5, what is the result? Daryl first.
It's the same. They're gonna drag this all the way till like Saturday.
They're gonna
Oh god.
they're gonna fuck up my weekend because they can't count or agree to shit.
Yeah, it's gonna go back and forth. Trump's gonna want to sue anyone who said something bad about him,
Mhm.
and then and try to prolong his his time as president. I feel like he's trying to secretly pass something so that when when he gets put in the jail, it like protects him or something. I don't know.
You
Or
bring
is
up the
it,
jail thing again. Okay. All right. And for you at Puff
he has it
Provisions,
coming.
Mike, wake up in the morning, pop open the screen real fast. What do you see?
I don't think it's gonna be decided by tomorrow morning. They're gonna delay it out
Yeah.
unless something happens by 12 tonight. Well, it's already 12 over there. It's like late over there. Oh
It's
shoot.
way late over there. They're 3 hours ahead, Eastern.
Yeah, no, they're
Coast,
gonna
so.
just postpone it till tomorrow.
You think we'll find out by tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning? No, maybe tomorrow at like
I
noon.
mean the
Something.
following tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow at noon.
And I also, actually, I don't know. I feel like anything could happen at any time. You never know because this is the only president that's ever won at WrestleMania.
Can you imagine if like just by chance they're like, oh my god, we found like all of these absentee ballots and they're all for Jo Jorgensen. They're like, what's the plot twist? Like,
Vote or 70 million votes nationwide.
yeah, she won it completely by a landslide.
They show Kanye's ballot, the one that he personally fills in for California,
Can,
and
but
his
no, but can you imagine like Kanye thinks, oh man, like he really wanted to lose. He was just like, God, like
Yeah.
what did I get myself into? Like God, stupid Kanye, you get carried away.
That's what I mean. It's just like Kanye's
Right?
personal ballot for California or wherever he lives, his place of residence. Every circle isn't a full circle. It's just a bunch of smiley faces.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing. Like,
Exactly.
Or filled it out
when
Sharpie.
I'm in need. Yeah. He fills it out
So
with
so if
Sharpie.
there's a twist where there's a chance that he could win, he's probably gonna shit himself. He's like, fuck.
That's just like Trump did in 2016. You know, he behind the scenes shit himself. He's like, fuck, this really worked. You all voted for me. This is going to happen. You guys are going to put me in the White House in January. I have to stick my hand on a Bible and swear. What? He's like, all right, let me start undoing everything Obama did. Start signing documents. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. Yep, I get it. Okay,
I just remember this. They were just like cracking on him so hard. They just hated him. Like he was like a feast for the media.
Yes, he was. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, Kanye 2024. He even tweeted it himself. You never know. That was 1.6 million votes today. Who knows what it would be if he did it again 2024 or 2028, So it does like scratch your head going, okay, sure. So my prediction for tomorrow morning, if I weren't to say it was going to drag on, who's left? Oh, easy. I say never be surprised because 214 is still close to 270. mathematically, you know.
But 264 is way closer.
That's true. That's true. But like 2016, my friends, we've seen much when it comes to surprises. So nothing surprises me anymore. So that is my final say. But before we go, anything you got to say before we wrap up our final thoughts, Daryl? Besides Joe Biden's campaign, stop calling me Dave. My name is Daryl. Yeah, someone
Yeah,
there
there
on the
you go.
email
There you
list.
go. There it is right there. You hit the nerve.
The
So
guy gets all of your emails from your campaigns, and you address him as, "Hey Dave, hi Dave." His name is Daryl.
it goes something like, "Hey David, now's the chance to take the opportunity to free the country," or something like
Donate
that.
more money.
Right? Please donate money to my law fund. It's
Do you
best,
think?
honestly, I think that's like the best pyramid scheme ever, right there. It's like I need your help to help me defend myself.
You know, it'd be funny. Like maybe would it be funny if you were subscribing to Trump email lists, he puts, "Hey Darrell," so there's like a hyphen and a solid.
It's gonna be like
Like,
DAH dash REL. It's like,
you know, that's what I'd see him. That's what I'd see him doing, like straight up right
I
away.
mean, you'd think that he would know your name if you voted for him, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
when did I register
So
myself
disrespectful.
as David? I
and
guess
what about?
How does
guess-
that even happen?
I guess Vice President West will get my vote in 2024.
I don't even know. I don't get those mailers. I think I'm still filed as an independent. I know I'm filed as an independent. Yeah. So, that's fun. What about you, Mike? Any closing remarks, last thoughts, earworms before we go? Additional predictions. Go for it, my man.
No, I'm actually gonna take it a little bit away from that. I brought politics into something earlier. I'll take up politics a little bit out of that. So
Okay.
I'm pretty high.
I'm pretty high too.
Yeah.
This is a chill conversation for such a highly charged topic. I love it.
Yes.
This is the
And
only
I
way
was
to
filled
think.
with anxiety all last night and this morning.
Yeah.
So
But not right now.
I need
You're
to
fine.
release, just a release, a little release.
You
little
fine.
release.
So
You
I think we
fine.
talked about
Release.
before. I think we talked about how weed can solve the world's problems, right?
Yeah, we talked
So
about that.
I'm pretty lit. And almost at broken wings level, almost.
Oh shit.
Almost. Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn, I
Literally,
thought I was
I'm like
high.
right there. I feel it coming.
Okay, then we better
but-
like not block you. Get to it.
So while you
Wait.
were talking,
Mhm.
the image of, I was like, oh, how could anybody vote for him? And then the image of him going like this, like dancing. I was like, oh, look how stupid he looks. And then within 5 seconds, I was like, well, you know what? I like that guy. He likes to have a good time, and he's not afraid to be himself. Well, maybe
I'm
we need
surprised.
that. Maybe we need that as a president. As someone
I'm
that
su-
let's let loose. Just let it all out there.
That's loose.
Yeah.
What you just did?
My-
Is that really what you called loose? It looks like 90-degree angles from your joints.
He
If,
can barely lift the water cup. So.
if my president did that, he'd break a hip.
Kamala 2021, people. That is the prediction. That's what's happening.
So this is my.
Wait, did you say Kamala? Kamala?
Is it Kamala? Kamala?
Kamala.
Kamala.
Kamala?
I'm really high right now, so I don't.
Who the
You know
hell is
what? You're
Kamala?
lucky. You're lucky I didn't pronounce her name
Kamala?
like the WWF superstar, the late great Kamala.
No,
It
I
is.
think it's worse. You said Kamala.
I was watching some pretty bad stuff. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. This nation is highly charged in two different directions. It's fun.
My God.
Man, at least two different directions. I suspect there's more, to be honest. I don't think that there's just the strings are pulling in many, many directions, not just left or right. But yep, at any rate, I don't want to leave tonight on a depressor. So for everyone listening out there, thank you as usual. Our One Hitter Quitter collaboration with the Dart is up for sale, puffprovisions.com/shop. And we're going to get a couple more. Yep, we're going to get a couple more gifts in there for you later down the road. So like, subscribe, comment, and follow. It really helps out our channel. We're doing this grassroots style. We sponsor everything, foster everything, BS everything, do everything. But yeah, or just subscribe. That's cool too. All right, gentlemen. Mike, Daryl, and not Dave.